Social media giant Twitter recently rebranded to X, and DappRadar notes that the rise of Web3 tech could signal momentum towards a more decentralized approach to online interactions. Joining us now is the head of research for DappRadar, Pedro Herrera. Welcome to the show, Pedro.
Hello, happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Now, this new report focuses on the impact of social dApps in Web3. The report says that social dApps have seen significant growth and currently captures 13% of the market. Unpack this for us, because I know a lot of people who have tried Web3 social dApps, but I don't know any who have stayed. They're still on the Web2 social platforms because that's where the audience is. So talk to us about what you found.
Yeah, I mean, this is a category that we have been monitoring for quite some time. Actually, the chart shows since Q4 of last year, we saw significant growth in the on-chain activity coming for social dApps. And what we label as social dApps is those decentralized applications that their main value proposition is creating a social funnel for users to navigate and share maybe insights, share their favorite trends, and so on. And probably the most significant example is Lens Protocol, which was also founded by Avi, the founder of Aave. So we start to find some similarities between certain protocols, but always driving towards the same goal, which is opening the social media to people in a decentralized and transparent fashion. So when we try to compare, yeah, please go.
We just showed a chart here that was in percentages, but realistically, I like physical numbers, like people, downloads, etc. What are we looking at here, and how does it compare to Web 2?
I mean, to be honest, we're at a very, very early stage. What we are looking is around 200,000 daily wallets connecting to social dApps. I mean, if we compare that even just to X, that's even 1% of the entire Twitter or X user base. So it's still a very nascent stage, but very promising when we look at the potential capabilities that that social dApps will enable. One that I am very intrigued about is the transparency, right? We all are aware of the Cambridge Analytica fiasco that happened with Facebook a few years ago. To remove that data barrier with social dApps. You also drive towards a more transparent and less biased media, which is always appreciative. And also one of the biggest advantages is that you can really empower creators and reward them instantaneously with a very funneled social dApp and giving also transparency and visibility to different people and creators.
What are the hurdles to joining a social dApp if you're downloading and actually interacting with it? I mean, the masses are familiar with having an email account, signing up to X or whatever, the Y or Z, whatever the letter of the alphabet they're throwing at it, and then they just know how to do it. It's intuitive at this point, but a social dApp, or what are the hurdles there that you would then have to get? My mom, who might know how to get on a Facebook, might not know how to get on to a social dApp. So what kind of hurdles are there, and what does that mean for the growth of social dApps? I mean, does it have an upper limit here?
I think it applies to the same principle that it applies to most of the Web3 projects out there, that they are always trying to reduce the friction that exists between the technology and the end user. Because let's be honest, like setting up a wallet, storing securely your seed phrase, blah, 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 it creates layers of friction that it becomes a bit difficult for users to adopt the technology. So I think in the first place, these social dApps will drive towards a smoother user experience. So that's the first approach.
I mean, basically, are we the only people using social dApps? Are they mostly crypto bros?
At this stage, I couldn't label as crypto bros necessarily, but I mean people with Web3 knowledge, definitely, that's for sure. But for example, we take a look at other examples like Hooked, which is a Binance-based social dApp. They are creating a very inclusive environment of learn to earn. So exactly that 322 monthly users, they are learning and educating the masses in terms of Web3, what's a wallet, what's a DeFi protocol, and so on. So these type of social interactions will, in the end, come hand to hand. And then we have the other side type of social dApps, more related towards decentralized social media, like Lens protocol. And that is also a very nice example of what you can do in decentralized Web3. And I would definitely suggest all the listeners to at least take a look.
You know, billions of people use Facebook and Meta's other products, Instagram, WhatsApp. How long before you think billions of people are using these decentralized social apps?
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's going to take a good amount of years as also the technology progresses. It will give developers better tools to create smoother interfaces. I saw, to be honest, X move as a very bold move, especially with the backend plan of becoming sort of a high conglomerate that encompasses a wide array of industries, becoming an end-to-end economic industry that also pays directly the creators with crypto, very probable. So that is definitely going to remain a challenge, but I think that we will see the 10 million user social dApp in the next 2 to 3 years. Probably 2026, we'll be talking about Lens or any other protocol reaching 10 million daily users.
All right, Pedro, we are going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining the show this morning.
Thank you. Have a pleasure.
That was the head of research for Dapp Radar, Pedro Herrera.